I have to say I really like using my new pressure bleeder. We just recently added one new feature. That's right here, this little yellow release valve. This is really handy. I mean, you can release the pressure inside the tank without having to loosen up the handle. Just take and turn this yellow little knob counterclockwise and all the pressure bleeds out. If there's one disadvantage to this pressure bleeder is in how you have to attach the cap to the brake fluid reservoir. What I do is I twist the hose backwards so that when you turn it on and tighten it down on top of the reservoir, you don't get this hose all kinked up. So recently I got to thinking, it would be really nice if there were an easier way to, attach the cap and then attach the tank. And, we played around with this here in the shop, and my mechanic came up, hey, well, why don't we add a quick disconnect like you have on an air hose? Well, that just started all kinds of creative thinking. We decided, whoa, if we can have a quick disconnect on this tank, then we can add other things to it. So over the course of the past few weeks, look what we've come up with. Here's the tank modified now with a quick disconnect cap. So now you can just take and tighten the cap down on the brake fluid reservoir and then disconnect the fitting and pump up pressure. Warning, I do have to warn you, be sure and release the pressure before you disconnect this, or you could have brake fluid spraying around in your engine compartment. That's an important warning. I want to emphasize this because when you release this, it releases the air very quickly. In fact, what I recommend you do, even if you've released the pressure here in the tank, is to just wrap a shop rag or an old paper towel around that, so when you do release it, any brake fluid drips that come out of the hose, you'll catch them in the rag. Then we got to thinking, well, if we had some other fittings, we could actually take and adapt other things to this pressure tank, like the sprayer. So now we have a sprayer with the correct coupling on it to hook up to the tank. This will allow you to put cleaning solvent or other cleaning solutions in the tank, and you can spray clean your engine. I mean, what could be better? In this, we found out you could even hook this up to compressed air and blow off your engine compartment or any of the parts you're trying to clean. But with this other coupling, which is a 1/4 inch national pipe thread, it will allow you to go to your local hardware store, pick up any number of these black iron pipe fittings, and you can connect these to this pressure tank. Now this one shows you that we could connect a large hose to it. This one here, we could connect a smaller hose like a heater hose. And if you do this right, you can connect this to your heater core system and pump up pressure to test for any leaks in your heater core. With other fittings, you could actually connect your whole cooling system of the engine to see if there's any leaks in your water pump hoses or even your head gasket. And then finally, we got playing around with the idea of, well, what if we pressurize a vacuum system? And so we include in the kit some extra fittings that will allow you to hook up a small nipple and a section of small vacuum hose, and you can pump up pressure. And if you're careful, you can actually hear, you don't want a lot of pressure, 10 to 15 psi is enough. But if you go around to the various vacuum components in your car, if there's a pronounced leak, you can actually hear the hissing even through the door panel. Now, we're currently trying to figure out some way to add a little smoke machine to this little tank, and that would allow you to actually pump smoke down in your vacuum system, and then any leak would show up by smoke rolling out of your door panel or out from underneath your carpets. So what we've decided, this is working so well for us, there's all kinds of things that you could do. I'm sure you could even come up with some creative adapters of your own to use in other situations, but we're going to provide this kit on our website now. It will come with the fittings and the spray nozzle all in one kit with instructions. So if you have one of our pressure brake bleeders, you can now modify it to use in a lot of different applications.